California, the most populous state in the United States, has a rich and diverse history shaped by indigenous cultures, Spanish colonization, the gold rush, economic booms, and technological revolutions. From its earliest inhabitants to its role as a global economic powerhouse, California's history is a fascinating journey through time. Prehistoric and indigenous California before European contact, California was home to some of the most diverse indigenous cultures in North America. More than 100 different tribes lived in the region, including the Chumash, Ohlone, Miwok, Pomo, and Yokuts. These groups thrived in a variety of landscapes, from the coastal regions to the Central Valley and the Sierra Nevada. Native Californians developed complex societies, trade networks, and distinct languages. They lived primarily as hunter-gatherers and practiced controlled burns to manage forests and grasslands. The region's rich natural resources allowed for the development of basket weaving, sophisticated fishing techniques, and ceremonial traditions that persist in indigenous communities today. Spanish exploration and colonization, 1542–1821, California's recorded history began in 1542 when Portuguese explorer Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo, sailing for Spain, became the first European to set foot on its shores. Over 2 centuries later, in 1769, Spain established a chain of missions led by Franciscan missionary Junipero Serra. These missions stretched from San Diego to Sonoma, aiming to convert indigenous people to Christianity and integrate them into the Spanish colonial economy. The mission system brought significant cultural and environmental changes, but also resulted in the exploitation and suffering of Native Americans. Disease, forced labor, and displacement led to dramatic population declines among indigenous groups. By 1821, when Mexico gained independence from Spain, California became a Mexican territory. Mexican rule and the Rancho era, 1821–1848. Under Mexican rule, the mission system declined, and large land grants were distributed to settlers, creating the era of the ranchos. These sprawling cattle ranches, owned mostly by Californio families, people of Spanish or Mexican descent born in California, became the economic backbone of the region. Cattle hides and tallow were major exports, traded with American and European merchants. During this time, foreign interest in California grew. American traders, trappers, and settlers increasingly arrived, and by the 1840s, tensions between Mexico and the United States escalated over control of the region. The American conquest and the gold rush, 1846–1850. The United States sought to expand its territory westward, leading to the Mexican-American War, 1846–1848. In 1846, American settlers in California launched the short-lived Bear Flag Revolt in Sonoma, declaring independence from Mexico. Soon after, U.S. forces took control, and the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, 1848, formally ceded California to the United States. Just days before the treaty was signed, gold was discovered at Sutter's Mill in Coloma. The California Gold Rush, 1848–1855, transformed the state, attracting hundreds of thousands of prospectors, merchants, and entrepreneurs from around the world. San Francisco grew from a small settlement to a bustling port city. However, the influx of settlers led to the displacement and violence against Native American communities, further decimating their population. On September 9, 1850, California was admitted as the 31st state of the United States as part of the Compromise of 1850. Statehood and economic growth, 1850–1900. Following statehood, California underwent rapid development. Railroads, including the Transcontinental Railroad completed in 1869, connected the state to the rest of the country, boosting trade and migration. Agriculture flourished, and cities like Los Angeles and San Francisco expanded. However, This period also saw racial discrimination, particularly against Chinese immigrants who had been instrumental in building the railroads. The Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882 severely restricted immigration and employment opportunities for Chinese workers. The 20th century, industrialization and world wars. In the early 20th century, California became a center for industry and innovation. The discovery of oil in Southern California fueled economic growth. Hollywood emerged as the film capital of the world, revolutionizing entertainment. During World War II, California played a critical role in shipbuilding, aircraft production, and military operations. The war also saw the internment of Japanese Americans, one of the darkest chapters in U.S. history, as thousands were forcibly relocated to internment camps. Post-war boom and technological innovation, 1945–2000. After the war, California experienced an economic and population boom. The aerospace industry, Silicon Valley, and higher education institutions propelled the state to global prominence. The 1960s and 1970s saw social movements, including the civil rights movement, environmental activism, and LGBTQ+ rights advocacy, with California at the forefront. Silicon Valley emerged as the technology capital of the world, fostering companies like Apple, Intel, and Google. Meanwhile, the entertainment industry continued to dominate globally. The 21st century, challenges and achievements. California has continued to evolve, facing challenges like wildfires, droughts, housing crises, and political debates over immigration and climate policy. Despite these challenges, the state remains an economic powerhouse, leading in technology, entertainment, and agriculture. It continues to influence national and global trends in business, culture, and policy. Conclusion: California's history is a testament to resilience, innovation, and cultural diversity. From its indigenous roots to its role as a global leader in technology and culture, the state's past continues to shape its future. As it moves forward, California remains a land of opportunity, reflecting the dreams and struggles of those who have called it home.